feeling weak.
Really bushwhacked. I gotta sleep. It's so hard.
Alright, I'm Kelton Hemler.
I'm Dominic Taylor.
Clayton Mark. Talking about the movie Land of the Lost, directed by Brad Silberling. It's a movie about a scientist named Rick Marshall who tries to discover the land that he basically made up at the beginning of the movie.
Along the way, Rick Marshall runs into Holly Contrail and Will Stanton, who he meets at an old junkyard place in search of this universe.
They go back in time to the dinosaurs.
They get wrapped up in some alien reptile plot where one reptile man's trying to take more power over the other one, and then they can control the universe, basically.
So throughout the way, they meet a primate named Chaka. And Chaka doesn't really speak English, but he can speak sign language, and Holly speaks sign language too, so she can talk to him.
And that's about it for the plot summary, right?
Yeah. And then we can talk about the character, Rick Marshall. He starts off as a really cool guy who's a scientist, and then once he makes his theory, everyone thinks he's crazy and he becomes a science teacher instead.
And then Holly Contrail is a woman who is also a scientist, and she tags along with Rick and has been obsessed with him and followed him and read all his books.
Alright, third character, Will Stanton. He owns a gift store in the middle of a desert. And he's really cool at first, and at the end he becomes pretty heroic and chill. So, yeah.
Yeah. Characters do change throughout this movie a lot.
Yeah.
The director of this movie was Brad Silberling. He hasn't directed many other comedies. He directed none other besides that one. He also does a lot of rom-coms, which I guess count.
Another major component of this movie is the soundtrack. Soundtrack is pretty much really low budget and cheap, and so that means if the things get intense, then the music get intense, but if they're sad, then the music is sad.
There is no theme
At
in
the
this
end.
movie. It's just follow your dreams.
Never give up on your
Never give
dreams.
up on your dreams, even if they're
It's
crazy.
about redemption.
The actors and the acting, they had a couple of big names. Like the Holly character I didn't know who the actress was for that one. But then they have Will Ferrell, and that's the big name actor in this movie. That's where they
All that
spent all their
matters.
budget.
So the acting quality in this movie is pretty interesting. It's kind of really bad to the point where you like it, and yeah, it's like that throughout the whole movie.
Because you wrote it and you helped him write it while I just sat here.
You
Production quality, it is really freaking bad. It is the worst, but it makes a very, very good comedy movie. And it's very bad, but in a way very good. Low budget for sure,
Yeah.
but they made a lot of money off of this probably,
But it does help.
so it was worth it.
Yeah, it does help the comedy quality though. It's pretty funny. For most of the movie, there's a couple jokes that just you kind of have to be older
There's
to
a couple
get
that
them.
go right past you.
Yeah, they just go right over your head unless you live through the time because it just references stuff constantly.
Background props, they follow along with the production quality for sure. Very low budget and very crappy.
Very.
But it's still in a good way because it really makes you laugh and it's hilarious, but very bad and low quality.
Background props, special effects, most of the other props, they all look really fake. They're made out of plastic or drawn on, which most of the movie is behind a green screen. So
Yeah, animation was pretty bad.
it,
With higher budget, everything.
higher budget, everything would have
Of
fixed every
course.
problem.
Yep.
All these qualities, they really don't help the movie. They don't change the plot. They don't. Everything could have been done better to make this a great movie.
Everything pretty bad.
But
Yeah.
you love it. 'cause
It's just
funny.
so bad, it's good. That's the only thing that this movie has towards it.
It's a great
so,
movie.
So great. I rated an A+. That's how great
I'm
I
at an
rated it.
S right now. It's supreme.
Supreme S.
Supreme
That's
S.
a good movie right there.
That's a good movie for
That's a
sure.
good movie.
Land of the Lost in a nutshell.
Budget, everything.
Higher budget, everything would have
Of
fixed every
course.
problem.
Yep. All right. I think